This is Q31 to Bayside 27th Avenue Francis Lewis Boulevard. This stop is Archer Avenue and Sutphin Boulevard. Next stop, Archer Avenue and 149th Street. Transfers available to E, J and Z trains. Long Island Railroad. Air Train. Q20A, Q20B, Q24, Q25, Q25 Limited, Q30, Q65 and Q65 Limited. This stop is Archer Avenue and 149th Street. Next stop, Jamaica Avenue and 153rd Street. Transfers available to E, J and Z trains. Long Island Railroad. Air Train. Q6, Q6 Limited, Q8, Q9, Q25, Q25 Limited, Q30, Q34, Q41, Q83, Q83 Limited, Q84, Q85, Q85 Limited, Q110, Q111, Q112 and Q114 Limited. This stop is Jamaica Avenue and 153rd Street. Next stop, Jamaica Avenue and Guy R. Brewer Boulevard. Transfers available to Q30, Q54, Q56 and Q110. This stop is Jamaica Avenue and Guy R. Brewer Boulevard. Next stop, Jamaica Avenue and 168th Street. Transfers available to Q6, Q6 Limited, Q8, Q9, Q17, Q17 Limited, Q30, Q41, Q54, Q56 and Q110. This stop is Jamaica Avenue and 168th Street. Next stop, 170th Street and Jamaica Avenue. Transfers available to Q6, Q6 Limited, Q17, Q17 Limited, Q30, Q54, Q56 and Q110. This stop is 170th Street and Jamaica Avenue. Next stop, Hillside Avenue and Homelawn Street. Transfers available to F Train. N1, N6, N6X, N22, N24, N26, Q1, Q2, Q3, Q17, Q17 Limited, Q30, Q36, Q43, Q43 Limited and Q76. This stop is Hillside Avenue and Homelawn Street. Next stop, Homelawn Street and Highland Avenue. This stop is Homelawn Street and Highland Avenue. Next stop, Homelawn Street and Gothic Drive. This stop is Homelawn Street and Gothic Drive. Next stop, Homelawn Street and Aspen Place. This stop is Homelawn Street and Aspen Place. Next stop, Homelawn Street and Charlotte Ridge. This stop is Homelawn Street and Charlotte Ridge. Next stop, Utopia Parkway and Kilda Road. Transfer available to Q30. This stop is Utopia Parkway and Kilda Road. Next stop, Utopia Parkway and 80th Drive. This stop is Utopia Parkway and 80th Drive. Next stop, Utopia Parkway and Union Turnpike. Transfers available to Q30, Q46, Q46 Limited, QM1, QM5, QM6, QM7, QM8, QM31, QM35 and QM36. This stop is Utopia Parkway and Union Turnpike. Next stop, Utopia Parkway and 76th Avenue. This stop is Utopia Parkway and 76th Avenue. Next stop, Utopia Parkway and 75th Avenue. This stop is Utopia Parkway and 75th Avenue. Next stop, Utopia Parkway and 73rd Avenue. This stop is Utopia Parkway and 73rd Avenue. Next stop, Utopia Parkway and Jewel Avenue. This stop is Utopia Parkway and Jewel Avenue. Next stop, Utopia Parkway and 69th Avenue. This stop is Utopia Parkway and 69th Avenue. Next stop, Utopia Parkway and 67th Avenue. This stop is Utopia Parkway and 67th Avenue. Next stop, Utopia Parkway and 65th Avenue. This stop is Utopia Parkway and 65th Avenue. Next stop, Utopia Parkway and Horace Harding Expressway. Transfers available to Q17, Q17 Limited, Q30 and Q88. This stop is Utopia Parkway and Horace Harding Expressway. Next stop, Utopia Parkway and 58th Avenue. This stop is Utopia Parkway and 58th Avenue. Next stop, Utopia Parkway and 56th Avenue. This stop is Utopia Parkway and 56th Avenue. Next stop, Utopia Parkway and Underhill Avenue. This stop is Utopia Parkway and Underhill Avenue. Next stop, Utopia Parkway and 48th Avenue. This stop is Utopia Parkway and 48th Avenue. Next stop, Utopia Parkway and 47th Avenue. Transfers available to Q26, Q27 and Q27 Limited. This stop is Utopia Parkway and 47th Avenue. Next stop, Utopia Parkway and Hollis Court Boulevard. This stop is Utopia Parkway and Hollis Court Boulevard. Next stop, Hollis Court Boulevard and 190th Street. This stop is Hollis Court Boulevard and 190th Street. Next stop, 47th Avenue and 193rd Street. Transfer available to Q26. This stop is 47th Avenue and 193rd Street. Next stop, 47th Avenue and 195th Street. This stop is 47th Avenue and 195th Street. Next stop, 47th Avenue and 197th Street. This stop is 47th Avenue and 197th Street. Next stop, 47th Avenue and Francis Lewis Boulevard. Transfer available to Q76. This stop is 47th Avenue and Francis Lewis Boulevard. Next stop, Rocky Hill Road and 202nd Street. This stop is Rocky Hill Road and 202nd Street. Next stop, Rocky Hill Road and 203rd Street. This stop is Rocky Hill Road and 203rd Street. Next stop, 48th Avenue and 206th Street. This stop is 48th Avenue and 206th Street. Next stop, 48th Avenue and 208th Street. This stop is 48th Avenue and 208th Street. Next stop, 48th Avenue and 211th Street. This stop is 48th Avenue and 211th Street. Next stop, 48th Avenue and Bell Boulevard. Transfers available to Q13, Q27 and Q27 Limited. This stop is 48th Avenue and Bell Boulevard. Next stop, Bell Boulevard and Northern Boulevard. Transfers available to N20G, Q12, Q13 and QM3. This stop is Bell Boulevard and Northern Boulevard. Next stop, Bell Boulevard and 42nd Avenue. This stop is Bell Boulevard and 42nd Avenue. Next stop, Bell Boulevard and 40th Avenue. Transfers available to Long Island Railroad and Q13. This stop is Bell Boulevard and 40th Avenue. Next stop, Bell Boulevard and 38th Avenue. This stop is Bell Boulevard and 38th Avenue. Next stop, Bell Boulevard and 36th Avenue. This stop is Bell Boulevard and 36th Avenue. Next stop, Bell Boulevard and 35th Avenue. Transfer available to Q13. This stop is Bell Boulevard and 35th Avenue. Next stop, 35th Avenue and 211th Street. This stop is 35th Avenue and 211th Street. Next stop, Corporal Kennedy Street and 34th Road. This stop is Corporal Kennedy Street and 34th Road. Next stop, Corporal Kennedy Street and 33rd Avenue. This stop is Corporal Kennedy Street and 33rd Avenue. Next stop, Corporal Kennedy Street and 32nd Avenue. Transfer available to Q28. This stop is Corporal Kennedy Street and 32nd Avenue. Next stop, 32nd Avenue and Clearview Expressway Service East. This stop is 32nd Avenue and Clearview Expressway Service East. Next stop, 32nd Avenue and Clearview Expressway Service West. This stop is 32nd Avenue and Clearview Expressway Service West. Next stop, 32nd Avenue and 204th Street. This stop is 32nd Avenue and 204th Street. Next stop, 32nd Avenue and 201st Street. This stop is 32nd Avenue and 201st Street. Next stop, 32nd Avenue and Jordan Street. Transfer available to Q28. This stop is 32nd Avenue and Jordan Street. Next stop, Francis Lewis Boulevard and 27th Avenue. Transfers available to Q16 and Q76. This stop is Francis Lewis Boulevard and 27th Avenue. This is Q31 to Bayside 27th Avenue Francis Lewis Boulevard.